I'm going to do exercise 17.5, question 3. Some of you are struggling with this type of idea. So I've got a laptop that cost $1,850. I have to put down a 20% deposit. Then I have to make 12 equal monthly payments. So it's going to take me 1 year to pay it off in 12 equal months. And it's going to charge me 15% interest. So first of all, I know that altogether the laptop cost $1,850. That's how much I would pay if I paid cash. Obviously, I'm not going to pay cash. I'm going to pay it off over a year. So they're asking for 20% deposit. So let's figure that out. So I just times it by 0.2, and that's going to tell me exactly how much money I have to give them straight away. So a deposit is really common. It just means if you buy something expensive, you've got to give them some money first. You can't just take it away for nothing. You've got to give them a bit of money first, then you pay the rest of it off. So that is $370. That's 20%. So that's how much I'm giving them initially, okay? Now, if I give them that initially, I then need to figure out what's left. Okay, so I've already given them 370. So if I have 1850 and I've given them 370, how much do I have left to pay? Well, 1850 minus 370 is going to be 1480. So that's how much is left to pay. Now, I'm being charged 15% interest on this, right? So 1480, I'm going to multiply it by 1.15. If I multiply it by 0.15, what I'm doing is finding out what the interest is, but then I have to add it to this number to figure out the total amount that I have to pay. I'll show you both ways. So if I do this, so 1480 times 1.15, that will give me the answer, 1702. The other way I could have done it is do 1480 times 0.15. And if I do that, what do you think is going to happen? Well, the difference is going to be, can you tell the difference between these? I hope you can. 222. So that's the interest I'm paying, but then I have to add that to 1480 because that's how much is left to pay, which gives me 1702 in the end. So all I did was skip doing this and just do it all at once. This is the total amount that I now owe them, the 1480 plus my extra, right? I've got 100% of this plus an extra 15% of this. I'm just going to rub this out because, oops, it's now in my way. That's the longer way to do it. There's really no point. Just do it like this. You want an extra 15% on top of how much we owe. All right, so that's how much I owe. I've already given them 370, and now I have to give them 1702. But I'm doing it in 12 equal monthly payments. So all I have to do is divide that by 12, and that'll tell me how much I have to pay each month, because I want to pay the same each month. So that is going to be 1702 divided 12 is 141.83. So that's how much money I get to pay each month. So part A asks that, right? Part A is asking how much is each monthly installment? Well, that's what this is. That's what I pay per month. And at the end of the year, I get my laptop. Well, I can have it at the start, but I will have paid for it. Now, part B, all right, part B is asking what is the total cost of buying the laptop? What I now need to do is put all this information together, or the bits of information that make sense. So how much am I giving the person in total? Well, we started circling stuff before. I have already given them $370. I now have to give them, this is what's left over, but I've got interest on it, so I also have to give them 1702. Right? That was the total amount that I have to pay after I've already paid my deposit. So we need to put those things together. So that's 2402. So my laptop is going to cost me $2,402. It actually cost $1,850. So what you can see is that it's always better to just save up and buy it later and pay cash than it is to pay it off over time, because you end up paying interest, and that's not really great financially. Sometimes it's unavoidable, but if you can avoid it, it's always better to save up and pay it by cash so you don't have to pay interest. All right, let me know if you've got any questions.